things I was thinking about was how streamers often get more viewers if they do some sort of fun, gimmicky sort of stuff. And so like one of the things they'll do, for example, is they'll go out and they'll find like a really wacky hat to wear or something like that. So if you could all just give me some advice and tell me, where can I find a wacky hat? Because I don't own any wacky hats. I certainly, if I did, I'd probably wear one during stream. But speaking of stream, this week I played something to the tune of, I want to say it was 21 maps. And of course, I went through and I picked out my favorites and, sort of said what I liked, what I didn't like, all that fun stuff, and I'm about to show you the top 5 of that, as well as all the upvotes I did as well. The other thing that's coming up is the results of the Snapshot Challenge, a brief summary, because we already got a video to cover that, and the next Snapshot Challenge as well. But hey, I'm sure you didn't sit here to listen to me talk while I'm wearing a perfectly normal hat. Why don't we go ahead and check it out? Getting us started this week at number 5 is Doom Guy's Lethal Weapon by Galkiel. This map was very, very interesting for a number of reasons, not the least of which was some great set dressing and use of the environments. There was also some really fun humor elements in this map. I really enjoyed having a little laugh at some of the references, including some references to the Lethal Weapon film series. It was just an enjoyable experience all around with some good secret hunting opportunities. There was this clever thing that Galkiel did that I thought was really cool. It's a great way of avoiding some of the problems with the ammo packs. He was creating these ammo stacks all over the place, and of course the first time you see him, you're sitting there going, well, why are all these like giant ammo stacks all over the place? But it's actually an interesting way to avoid the universal ammo pack cheese with some of the larger weapons, and it does provide some opportunities for detailed ammo management, which is a really good design philosophy. I was really digging what was going on there. On the side, there was also a really good loadout to work with here, and the final battle was just crazy. I died at least a couple times there, which, is how I've discovered that this map has a really good checkpoint system in place as well. So it's got you back there if you're as mediocre as I am. Now, some of the things I did want to feedback about this was that the final encounter does open up some opportunities for infinite score cheesing. So if you're going for a score run, be aware of the environment during the final encounter. There's going to be an opportunity there for you to basically just sit there and rack up points. But, other than that, just a fun experience all around. Great looking map. A lot of fun to play this one. Some interesting humor going on as well. That's Doom Guy's Lethal Weapon by Galkiel. That map ID, one more time, is LRPL 9VKT. Check it out. Coming in at number 4 this week is Static Rifle Run version 1.3 by Banana321. This map made me laugh so hard. There's a lot going on in this map that I really enjoyed. There's so much packed into it just a short amount of time. It's a hilarious presentation that asks the question, can the static rifle be fun? And one of the things I love about these concept maps, I've always said, if you're looking for an idea for a map, take something that other people, that you respect don't like, and try to make a map around it, see if you can get them to enjoy it. And that's what Banana321 tried to do here. Is just a hilarious presentation with a great comedic voice to it. It's also got some really unique design that puts an emphasis on speed. You move extra fast in this one. There's actually a point where you grab a haste while you're already moving super fast, and you move at lightning speed, and there's even rings for you to pick up like in Sonic. It's hilarious. Some fun custom geo and set dressing going on in this map. Everything sort of whips by you really fast, but it all looks good while it's whipping by you. It creates this environment that caters to the static rifle, which is really interesting. The static rifle actually works well in this map because of all the fast speed and constant movement that's going on. There are some legitimately funny jokes and situations in this map. It was an absolute joy to play. Now, a couple of the little negatives I got about this map here. It does feature the walk of shame style of consequence for death, so you're pretty much going to have to start all over from the beginning if you die. Again, you move super fast, and it's a short map, so it's not a huge deal. Also, unlimited ammo in this map was actually accomplished by implementing a system where the player drops ammo boxes when they press one of the buttons there. It feels a little clumsy, And also, this should be, I feel like it should be a score-driven experience, but the score is not visible on the HUD, so it's a little confusing from that front. But these are all just sort of very minor nitpicks. You're in this one for the experience. There's so much going on there comedically. It's a very funny map, very hilarious presentation, and a great way to kind of make a positive argument for the static rifle. So that's Static Rifle Run version 1.3 by Banana321. You're going to want to check out map ID THVMQBNP. Before we get to the rest of the list here, let's talk about the SNAPMAP Challenge. Now, last week I challenged mappers to come up with a map that has infinite chainsaw or infinite BFG and make it fun, interesting, or compelling. And 5 people answered the call, including Taylorhead, Vlad Kablitsky 4, Shades Master, CJ the Red Nun, and Son Bloom. And they all turned in some really, really fun maps. You're looking at some footage from Vlad Kablitsky's map right there. In any case, they all successfully answered the question, can you make a map with infinite chainsaw or BFG and make it fun? They certainly did. You can watch the video I did of that. I posted that a couple days ago. But, in the meantime, let's go ahead and move on with the next Snapshot Challenge. Now, I was thinking last week about balancing and how that works, and how much fun would it be to try to rebalance a map so that the normally weak mobs would be the ones that are really strong, and the normally strong mobs would be the weak ones. So that's what's going on here. It's opposite week. The challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to create a snap map where your lower tier mobs are the high power ones and your high tier mobs are the lower powered ones. Now, couple of rules in this one here. You're going to keep that to 3 modules or less. Custom geo is allowed, of course. You will try to keep that at a part time of 10 minutes or less. That's to make sure I have a chance to play everybody's maps. And this is very important. You are going to need to tag those maps with custom tag SS2. Only maps with the custom tag SS2 will be considered for the Snapshot Challenge this week. I am really looking forward to seeing how you handle opposite week. And in the meantime, I'm sure you are looking forward to the rest of the SnapMap Top 5. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. And I hope to see your entries next Friday when I play them. The number 3 map this week is Resurgence Episode 4, The Condemned by PsychoKnight141. And just a bit of feedback on that. That title is a mouthful. In any case, this map has some great atmosphere and story elements going on here. It's a continuation of the Resurgence series, which is PsychoKnight's series of survival horror style maps. You're going to find that there's some custom systems in play here to enhance that feel of survival horror, including a sprint toggle. And also, the grenades are all single use in this one, so if you run across any grenades, you only get to use it once, and then you have to collect another grenade to use it again. It's a pretty cool system there. Great atmosphere and story elements in this one. Terrific set dressing with an awesome custom GeoCity area that serves as sort of a hub between all of the different areas that you'll encounter. Very challenging combat with a good loadout, and of course, again, you got that survival horror thing going on. You got to be conscious of how fast you're going and that sort of thing. There's an excellent incorporation here of survival horror elements, great audio design, and good tension building. There's some wonderful attention to detail in this map, and I was a big fan of what PsychoKnight was throwing down here. Some of the things I did notice is that since the entire series has this thing where you got to toggle a sprint button to go faster, however, I'm seeing that later episodes don't tutorialize that feature very well. So it's probably a good idea to start Resurgence from the very beginning if you haven't already. Another thing is that player communication does feel a bit lacking, so you do end up in some situations where, although the tension is definitely high, you still will find yourself doing just a little bit of exploration, which has a bit of an effect on the pacing. But here's the thing. It's meant to be a survival horror experience, and so sometimes you're just going to have to hunt around and look for what it is you need to do next. So, but when you do get into those combat situations, you are going to want to be very careful because, again, survival horror means permadeath in this case, and the combat is definitely brutal. I did die in this one, but I had a lot of fun doing it. That's Resurgence Episode 4, The Condemned by PsychoKnight141. That map ID is PVFT-U278. Definitely check this one out. Coming in at number 2 this week is E1M1 Project Brutality by Dario Batelli. Now, this is pretty interesting. It's the second week in a row, and I'm notorious for saying I'm not a big fan of remakes, but this is the second week in a row that an E1M1 remake has caught my attention and made it into the top 5, and this definitely deserves to be here with some excellent, ultra-violent combat going on. It's a reimagining of E1N1, but it's a lot more fast-paced and brutal. There are just a ton of opportunities here to play the map however you want it. You know, you have opportunities to try to go for score runs, for no death runs, for speed runs. This map opens up all of those opportunities with its fantastic design. Now, you're going to find that there's a lot of surprises in this one, despite it being the same layout as E1M1. You're going to find that it's just a lot more brutal. Mobs are coming at you in huge waves, just tremendous hordes going on here. You know, every step you go, you're going to find that there are just demons there to try to kick your butt en masse. It is super, super crazy, and I am just in love with the combat in this map. Now, because I am a mediocre player, I did die a lot, but fortunately that checkpoint system had my back. So, you get to a point, you're able to start, killing and stuff, but then, you die, but hey, you come back right in that same spot. Keeps the action going, keeps it fast, keeps it fresh, keeps it awesome. I was having a lot of fun with this one. Now, normally this would be the part where I would come in and give a little bit of feedback and say, oh, here's what I didn't like. I had a really hard time feedbacking this one. I mean, here's the thing. It does what it does well. It presents itself as an E1M1 remake of, the hangar, the famous hangar level. It takes that setting and just makes it a lot more hardcore. So definitely give this one a chance if you are looking for just a brutal experience. You just want to rip and tear for about 15-20 minutes and just go mindless ape crap on everything in the room. This map gives you that opportunity with map ID 9YTWHPJD. That's E1M1 Project Brutality by Dario Batelli, and it definitely does what it says on the tin. It is brutal. Before we get to this week's number 1 map, let's take a quick look at some of my other upvotes this week, starting with Folly and Lure by Pig Dog. Has some excellent custom geo and prop work, solid combat and exploration. It's just an excellent reinterpretation of the Tricks and Traps formula. Another map I upvoted this week was Day of the Apocalypse by SC72. It's a good custom geo build of mundane objects. It has some fun story elements, some decent combat, and a little extra twist with the Unwillings having more health. Fun map. Another map I upvoted this week was The Legend of Doom Guy by Daniel Ranka 716. It's a fun recreation of The Legend of Zelda overworld, and some of the dungeons features some non-stop combat in the overworld for grinding. Has some good dungeon combat as well, and a good use of the classic custom geo elements to really sell that old school feel. Another upvote this week was Our Father version 0.8 beta by Gunja Crew. Has some amazing geo and prop work, some fun and engaging story elements, very creative use of custom systems in this one as well, with some scaling horde systems that you're really going to enjoy. Another upvote this week was Fatal Silence Part 2 by JMX 5000. Some incredible geo and prop work going on here, wonderful world building, effective storytelling, and a great way of capturing that old school Resident Evil feel with the custom mechanics. Another upvote this week was Puzzle Dance by DN Cashman. Features some good use of core puzzles, a great player communication system, story elements that drive the action well, and create iconic elements. Also some very fun geo and prop work going on in this one. Another upvote this week was The Endgame Real Mission 13 by MRecif00. It's a very difficult map. It's balanced in the way that can be overcome with practice, but you are going to need to practice it a bit, and permadeath is in place. This map is meant to be sort of a reinterpretation of how the final mission of the campaign went. It's a lot of fun. And finally, I upvoted XAC Slayer's Snap Hub and also Super Doomio World, which is a map that's currently in beta by XAC Slayer X. It's a convenient live area that XAC Slayer X has created, so you can share info about all the maps that he's working on without cluttering up the maps themselves with beta notes and other things. It's a really interesting idea, and I was also digging on Super Doomio World. All the playthroughs you see here in the upvotes can be found in the description of this video, along with the other plays I did of all the maps you see on the top 5. And speaking of the top 5, let's go ahead and check out this week's number 1. At number 1 this week is Secluded Map 10, Mercy Please by Busyman123. This is the latest entry into the Secluded series, a very highly acclaimed series known for its excellent custom geo and its awesome combat. Just a great series all around. You are once again playing as the female protagonist Crash in this, as you are moving through hell to try to get to the bottom of what's going on. Now, this map has some fantastic custom geo module hybrids going on in it. What Busyman has done is he's repainted some standard modules using custom geo to create a really great effect. It basically makes the combat very, far more interactive, far more intuitive, and at the same time just creates a really great look all around. In the map itself. Now, there are some excellent uses of jump scare style spawning in this map. I thought that was really cool. There is some incredibly challenging combat going on here. I did die a couple times, but good thing there is a checkpoint system in place to help you out when that happens. There's also, as always, some excellent storytelling and world building going on here. You're going to love what's going on with the story, and of course, there's all these great places, these great custom geo environments to navigate, and the navigation, while it does seem like it's multi-branching at first, it's actually very intuitive and also offers some really rewarding exploration. Really dug it for that. A couple things I did want to feedback on this one. There is an ending after you fight the main boss that was a little confusing because of the wording. And, if you are a little sensitive to things like vulgar language, you're going to want to be, on your toes here, because there are a lot of F-bombs being dropped in this one. But, other than that, just a fantastic experience. I had a ton of fun with this one, and I'm so glad it came out when it did. I got to catch it while it was on the review queue. You're going to want to catch this one as well with map ID ZDZ7VYBB. That's Secluded Map 10, Mercy Please. And by the way, Busyman, congratulations, you have created this week's number 1 snap map. Congratulations and snap on. So another trick I heard works really well when you're trying to stream is sometimes if you show off your chest. Apparently that's a thing as well. Viewers like to see your chest for whatever reason, so I figured I'd give that a try as well. Let me know if this is doing anything for you. In the meantime, I'm still looking around for a wacky hat to wear. So, in the meantime, while I'm doing all that, why don't we go ahead and just say a quick thank you to everybody whose maps I played today. Thanks for designing those. If you'd like me to play your maps on stream, shirtless or not, then what you do is you're going to put your map ID and a brief description in the comments of this video, and I will get around to it there this week. So that's been the SNAPMAP Top 5. I had a lot of fun this week, and I hope you choose to join me here on YouTube. If you haven't already, I hope you choose to like, follow, and subscribe. And if you want to watch me play these live, you're going to go over to twitch.tv/zmanzilla. If you want to help keep this channel going, or you just really like my chest, then go ahead and go to patreon.com/zmanzilla, see all the ways I help out, and say thank you to all the people that help this broadcast out. In the meantime, I do want to say one more time, thank you very much for watching. I've been ZManzilla, you've been awesome, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.